Okay, this is lesson 10, activity 3. Multiple lines with the same slope. So the same slope is going to mean the same slant as you look at these lines. So a good visual is of a ladder leaning against a wall. So I just grabbed this off the internet, and the ratio of the distance up the wall, so the vertical distance is along the y-axis, the ratio of that distance, how far it goes up the wall, compared to the distance that the base is away from the wall is called the slope. That ratio of the vertical distance to the horizontal distance. So once again, the vertical distance going up the wall compared to the horizontal distance going away from the wall. That is called the slope. So in this case, and you want to answer the question, how much longer or how much shorter? So how much longer is this ladder going up the wall compared to how far it's going away from the wall? What is that ratio? So the distance up the wall is the vertical distance. So I made it longer than the original one. So if I make this longer, notice that the ladder, and I tried to keep the ladder the same length, notice that the base of the ladder moves closer to the wall. So this is steeper. So this length is longer, much longer compared to this length. So the ratio of the vertical distance up the wall is a large number. It's much longer than the value that the base is away from the wall. But if you do the opposite, if you move this ladder down, and so now the vertical distance going up the wall is much less than the horizontal distance away from the wall. So this is not very steep. It's almost like a ramp going up a hill. So this is not very steep. So this distance is not very long compared to this horizontal distance away from the wall. All right, so let's get some numbers. For this ladder, the vertical distance is 8 units. So it's going 8 units up the wall compared to 4 units away from the wall. So how do we say that? How do we use that number to tell people, to show people how the ladder is placed? Well, it's for every 2 units that you place the ladder up the wall, you have to move it 1 unit away from the wall. So this is 2 units, 4 units, 6 units, 8 units. So this is going to be 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units this way. And you can almost see how it pivots, how it turns as you make this closer to the wall or move this farther out. So what we would say is that the vertical distance up the wall is twice the horizontal distance away from the wall. So this has a slope of 2. That number is called the slope. So what that means is that for every unit that you move in the horizontal direction along the x-axis, you move 2 units along the y-axis. So this is 8 compared to 4. So in the assignment, they say, okay, draw a line with a slope of 3. I left this original ladder here. I probably should have gotten rid of it, but it's there. Draw a line with a slope of 3. So what that means is that I'm going to go up the wall 3 units, and I'm going to place this ladder away from the wall 1 unit. So a slope of 3 means the vertical distance up the wall is 3 units, and the horizontal distance away from the wall is 1 unit. So I'm moving 3 times farther up the wall. So 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, and away from the wall just 1 unit. So what's another line that has the exact same slope? Well, I can multiply the distance up the wall by 3. That's going to get me to 9 units. And I can multiply the distance away from the wall by 3. That's going to get me to 3 units. So I move 9 units up, and I move 3 units out. So every unit I move out from the wall, I move up 3 units. I move out 2 units. I'm going to move up 6 units. It's going to be about right here. And I move out 3 units. I'm going to move up 9 units. So the long sides are parallel, and these are called slope triangles. So remember, we're making these triangles so that the long sides, you could take these triangles and put the long sides all on the same line. So the long sides are parallel, and we're going to call these triangles slope triangles. All right, so what about a slope of 1/2? So what's the distance going up the wall? It's half as far as the distance that the base of the ladder moves away from the wall. So here's this teeny tiny triangle down here. It goes up 1/2 the amount of distance that it moves away from the wall. So it moves away from the wall 1 unit. That means it's only going to go up the wall 1/2 unit. So this is a slope of 1/2. So 1/2, for every 1/2 unit you go up the wall, you go out from the wall 1 unit. So if I go up the wall 1 unit, then that means I have to go out from the wall 2 units. So half the times farther up the wall than the base from the wall. So I only go up 1/2 times as far up the wall as I go out from the wall. So you can see that that creates a very shallow slope, not very steep. And again, we're going to move this triangle. I'm going to move it over here and show you that I could put the long side of the triangles on the same line. And we're going to call these slope triangles. All right, so that's the key point is that these lines are parallel. So when you have equal slopes, you have the long side is going to be parallel within the grid when you line them up.